Hi, I'm Jill Johnson, and I've been attending this church for almost 49 years. From the very beginning, I started in the nursery as an infant and went all the way through Sunday school every Sunday, youth group, bringing Martin here, and we eventually were married here, and now our kids attend here. So it's been a wonderful, amazing journey. My kids are actually fourth generation of our family to attend Ventura First Assembly. My grandparents were really active in helping to build the church building itself. When my dad would come home from school in the afternoons, he would actually come to help my grandfather lay the cement out in the patio in the courtyard. So not only were they active in the physical part, but also building up the people and the community and the spiritual body that is the church. My first memory of the fellowship hall was when it was called the Red Carpet Room, and I was 3.5 attending preschool here, and it was snack time, and I got my first black eye, and only black eye, I should mention, not because of somebody clocking me, but because I was greedy and wanted to get to the snack table before anybody else. And so I ran across the room and tripped and landed with my face right at the edge of the table. Mom was so proud. I'm sorry, Mrs. Forehand. Mrs. Forehand was the head of the whole thing, and so I apologize. I'll be more careful next time. I was in my early 20s and was walking through a challenge that paralyzed me with fear. I was completely overcome, and I distinctly remember sharing it with my mom on a Sunday morning before we were coming to church. And that day there was a word, a message in tongues that was given by my grandfather, and he also gave the interpretation. And I remember it like it was yesterday. The word was, "Fear not, my child, for I am with you." And I love that God met me right where I needed to be met and gave me exactly what I needed. But I also find it particularly poignant that it was my grandfather that was the vessel to give me that word. For me, a church is a place to encounter God, first and foremost, but also a place to develop and use the gifts that God's given you in order to serve and impact people around you. And this church has definitely been that for me. It has provided a place of opportunity to grow gifts over the years. It's exciting to see our own kids now doing the same thing, following the same example, taking those experiences that they had in this church and using that as a feeding ground, using that as a way to now go out and make their own way and use the gifts that God has given them.